An interesting variation from the primrose is to make primulas, and these are some of the colours you can use here, different ones. There are lots of different primula colours, and use liquid colour rather than powder colour. I find powder, when you're mixing it in your paste, tends to dry it a bit. And you take a piece of paste like I did before with the primrose, about the size of a pea, roll it into a ball, and then little lozenge shape like that. I'm not going to wire this one, but you can do it exactly the same as the primrose if you want to wire it. And then you take your mould and you place it in like that. And with your ball tool or whatever you have, you'll find easiest, just ease it round. Find the ball tool is quite good, the small end of the ball tool, knitting needle or whatever you have to hand. Just turn it round, rotate it, push into each little section, and take your time over it when you're doing it so you've got it all in. Like that, you're working with the flower upside down, like that. And then you can just press it round with your thumb if you want to, so you've got it all in there, like that. And then you ease it out and take it, hold it between your finger and thumb, and with your cone, I use that end just to hollow it out a little bit, like that. We're now going to do the centre of the primula, and I find this is the easiest way. If you take a small piece of paste like that, it's really quite small. You'll see if I hold the ball tool against how small it is. You'll learn after you've done it a couple of times, you gauge the right size. And you then take your flower and just pop that in the centre, like that. And again, pop him in, doesn't matter if it falls out, and push it in with your ball tool. So it's like that. And then with your ball tool, just, or if you've got a little piece of doweling like this, you just gently roll, little rolling action, pressing against your finger so that you're blending that into the petal. You can see as I'm going round. So it looks like that. And we're now going to thin the petals. And I've just opened that up a little bit with your cone. Just press that in so that you get a little bit of texture on it. You get the little veining. Then, with your ball tool, we then roll like we did with the primrose each petal, and this is thinning and shaping it. Just roll each petal and rotate it. If your fingers are warm, because sometimes they get a bit warm and the paste sticks to them, put a little bit of corn flour on your fingers, but it's not always necessary. Just take your time and shape each petal. There we are. And then I like to just bring that up a bit, just thin those out a bit more. And then finally, I take a tiny little bit of green paste, and it's easiest if you just pick it up on your cocktail stick, And you don't have to do this, but it's the final touch, and I think it just finishes it off. Place that in the centre of your flower. And there's your finished Primula. And depending on the amount of paste that you put into your mould, you can make your petals bigger or your flowers bigger or smaller. And that's your